November 2022. I am Eileen for presentation. We begin the news today in the southwest region where the population of Ekondotiti subdivision have been called upon to collaborate with the newly enthroned chief for peace and development to return to the subdivision. The call was made by the senior divisional officer for Ndian division, Balena Guibai Gilbert, while presiding over the installation ceremony of Chief Achia Nawango Manfred. Kuma Onere with details in this report.
The village is today witnessing the coronation of Chief Justice Achia Nawango Manfred as the next heir to a throne which became vacant since August 12, 2018. The immediate priority of the new chief will be to see to it that he unites the disputing villages in Ekondotiti subdivision for peace and normalcy to return.
Having been officially installed this day, I want to first of all thank God, my ancestors and the indigenes of Ekondotiti.
Addressing the population, the senior divisional officer for Ndian division, Gilbert Balena Gibai, urge all those who have taken up arms against the state to drop their weapons, come out of their hiding, and contribute for peace to return to Ndian division. He called on the newly enthroned chief to carry out his duty without fear of anyone, as the administration is strongly behind him. The senior divisional officer equally called on the chief to create a vigilante group and work together with other chiefs to help the defense forces to ensure the security of people's lives and property, especially as the Kumba Ekondotiti road is under construction.
Considering the situation that is very difficult for him, it is to be brave, courageous, devoted in order to succeed to his mission. In particular, he has to put in place vigilante groups, and he has to work also with the other chief.
In his speech, Chief Justice Achia Nawango Manfred said his immediate plan of action is to restore peace and bring development to Ekondotiti subdivision, often considered as the hub of Ndian division.
Our plan of action is to unite and reconcile Ekondotiti and see how we can develop our Ekondotiti. Ekondotiti, of course, is the economic capital of Ndian division.
The coronation ritual took place in strict respect of the customs and traditions of the Balondos and was characterized with cultural manifestations from traditional groups from Ndian division, Meme division, and the Northwesterners residing in the Ekondotiti subdivision. Chief Justice Achia Nawango Manfred is a fourth-grade magistrate with the Court of First Instance in Buya. He is described by many as a humble servant, God-fearing, and a leader endowed with several potentials.
Aimed at providing a quiet environment for survivors of gender-based violence and those going through trauma, a non-governmental organization, Reach Out, has opened a space termed Esther's Brave Space to help women in the community. Emmanuel C. has details of the launching, which took place yesterday in Boya. Take a listen.
Kicking off with activities of the 16 days of activism to end gender-based violence, Reach Out, a non-governmental organization, has opened a temporary accommodation center called Esther's Brave Space for survivors of GBV and persons suffering from trauma. According to Esther Umam Jomo, the project is for women peace builders in Cameroon.
This initiative is at the resilience of women peace builders who have borne the brunt of the conflict which has rocked and which continues to rock our two restive regions. So many women have suffered. They've been traumatized and there is need for psychosocial needs. And we do not have adequate structures, especially for survivors of GBV.
The Peace House, organizers say, is open to listen and counsel over 120 survivors of GBV in the next 20 months.
The Peace House, as we call it, is a place where women will come and have some quietude, get some pathway to healing.
A project appreciated by all who agree that as a result of the armed conflict in the northwest and the southwest regions of Cameroon, women and girls who have been traumatized need such spaces.
So this is only going to complement all the other activities that we've been doing. The peace, the peace we've been talking about, going to Yaoundé, calling women from the rural masses. People really don't know what they go through. But when all of us will attend to this, come to the center, we'll get to know the kinds of things that women are going through. And it's a place that is going to give them a lot of solace.
The Peace House project launching was graced by the paramount ruler of Boya, stakeholders and partners. The Peace House's hope to make the world a better place for all.
Relatively, stakeholders in the fight against gender-based violence in Limbe joined their counterparts worldwide to celebrate the International Human Rights Defenders Day on Tuesday, November 29. The celebration in Limbe witnessed a solidarity walk from the Women Empowerment Center in Ewane to the Senior Divisional's office, brandishing placards bearing messages denouncing GBV in all forms. Catherine Ekongwe completes that story.
With the crisis in the English-speaking regions of Cameroon, gender-based violence continues to increase on a daily basis. With the influx of persons moving to other areas for safety, child trafficking, domestic violence, rape, just to name but these, has been the order of the day for these people. It is within this framework that a group of civil society organizations under the banner of the Platform to Fight Against Gender-Based Violence of FACO launched a 16-day sensitization campaign with the aim to educate the population on what gender-based violence is and how to combat it in the society.
We have the crisis in the two Anglophone regions, and we know that the level of gender-based violence has increased. People going and picking other people's children from the rural areas and bringing them to city and maltreating them, and also people who are vulnerable, people who don't have ladies, who don't have a place to stay. They tend to come and whoever offers them a place, they move in. But at the tail end, those men or the people that are keeping them starts violating them.
The sensitization campaign in Limbe coincided with the International Human Rights Defender Day, with the focus on women and the girl child on the forefront. The campaign began with a solidarity walk on the Women Empowerment Center in Ewane, sailing through Half Mile, Church Street, Newtown, and ended at the Senior Divisional Office in Down Beach, where the women were received by the First Assistant Senior Divisional Officer for FACO, Madame Marilyn Yvonne, who cautioned the gender activists to report cases of gender-based violence in their communities to the police and other structures put in place by the government.
Human Rights Defenders Day. This day actually is the International Women's Rights Defenders Day. Everybody you see here today is actually a women's rights defender, and this is our day. It started on the 10th. It started on the 25th of November. Today is on the 10th of December. So for the FACO division, we are operating under a platform.
The sensitization campaign equally saw the presence of the gender-based violence desk of the Limbe Central Police Station, who sensitized the women on the activities of the gender-based violence desk.
So many cases there, we treat them, mostly concerning the ones like rape, we forward it to the state council chambers here in Limbe. Concerning domestic violence, most of those cases, because since we are there, we are not there to separate marriages. Most of those domestic violence, we advise them and we bring them together, they go back to their various home happily.
Activities to commemorate 16 days of activism against gender-based violence in the southwest region of Cameroon were launched on Friday, November 25th and will run through December 10, 2022.
On to education news, the Faculty of Economics and Management Sciences of the Ngaoundéré University has launched the 15th edition of the Days of Excellence. The opening ceremony took place on Tuesday, November 29 at the Amphitheatre 1000 of the said university. Speaking during the occasion, the rector of the University of Ngaoundéré specified that the initiative is aimed at promoting and awarding outstanding performances of the students. Let us now listen to an excerpt of Ufe Chinje on the microphone of Belmont Zewa.
This is the 15th edition of the Days of Excellence in the Faculty of Economics and Management. And here they look into the quality and merit of the